Hello guys, my name is Tim Dio. In this video, I'm going to be putting you through on how you can model something as cool as this, something as powerful as this. And I won't deceive you, at the end of this video, this will be a kind of eye-opener for you in order for you to understand more on how you can work on other future projects. Even no matter how sophisticated a model might be, there's always a starting point for such kind of model. And don't be deceived also, these are not just model from maybe not looking at anything. Before you can model anything, there is always a need for references. You need a reference that will give you detail, okay, how such thing really look like. So what I'm trying to say is this. Now I have my reference that I've prepared before I model this. So different kind of them, as you can see now, so many from different angles, just to give me the detail that I need in order to model this. So without wasting most of our time, let's move on into that. So I'm going to be guiding you through, letting you know how this was modeled. Then you can use the same techniques in modeling any of your project also. So now let's move right on into it. So now this is our model without rendering. So this is how it is. So the first thing I'm going to say, no matter how sophisticated, just I've mentioned the other time, your model might be, there's always a starting point. So now for this, where I really start this from is this. So let's look down into this. So G, let me pick to this side. Now look at this. Other things you are seeing on it, they are all just additionals. So now let's look at how I really model this on its own now. Let me switch to it. Okay. So now let me go down into edit mode. Okay, now I'm now in edit mode. Now, before I modeled this, the first thing I did was that I have to I make use of circle initially I make use of circle to make out this shape, this front shape that you're looking at. That was the first thing that I did. I make use of circle to do that. Now, after making use of circle to get out this basic shape, because I have to look at the reference picture properly to look at the better place to start from. So after doing that, then I can now extrude backward, making use of the normal extrude. You know, when you make up this shape, the front one, then you extrude backward. All these ones are not yet there. So when I extrude to this point, I extrude to this point. If you can see, let me hide this. Let me hide these ones. Okay, so this is a separate part. So all these ones are just attachments on the model. So the most important thing in starting this kind of model is the front part of it. Where exactly do you think you can start your modeling from? That will be the first question you're going to ask yourself. The easiest way you can start it. So what I'm trying to explain to you is this. If I should try to pick this, okay, let me shift D in the Y. I want to show you something. Now look at it. This is what I'm talking about. So this is basically the shape that I started with. This is basically the shape that I started with. And how do you do that? It's by the moment you make use of press your Shift A to pick at your primitive to be used, then you can start to shape those things in the way you want it to be. Now this is just the basic shape. Hope you can see that. Then after doing that, then you can now extrude backward up to this point. So one way or the other, then I need to phase in just to make sure it is closed. Then after doing that, now looking at this O's, you realize there are so much, and it's going to take you time for you to do that. And how do I really do that? Okay, the same procedure also goes on this. I will just have to press Shift A, come down to my mesh, come down to circle. Then I will make sure I position each of them their individual holes, right? Then I will make sure I copy the circle, okay, the size of the circle that I need. I'll copy it all along, all through to the last part. Then as for me to make that O on the model, I realize it won't be easy if I should just place it on it like that. It won't rhyme at all. So I need to make use of a modifier, and that modifier is shrink wrap. So by making use of shrink wrap, so let me show you the shrink wrap modifier. Yeah, so this is the shrink wrap modifier. How do I make use of that? Let me just use one as a sample. So let me say I copy, let's say okay, just want to use one as a sample. Show you. Okay, let's just draw a new circle. I wanted to copy that circle before, but that doesn't. Let's just Shift A. All you have to do is just Shift A, circle, then where's our circle? Okay, that's it. J in the Y. Let me position it well. You just have to position it properly. Okay. Okay, this is our circle now. I just want to show you how I made those O's on the model. Then R in the Y, 90. Okay, then let's say this is the size of the circle that I need. So I need to make a O on this part. I would try my best to bring the circle close a little. J in the Y, now in the X. Bring it close a little. Okay. So now, this is a circle. This is a reference circle I need to create the hole with. So I'll come down to my modifier. But I'm still clicking on the circle. So I'll come down to my modifier, come down to shrink wrap. Then I will pick my target. So my target will be this model. So that's my target. Then I'll come down to project. So it will be in the Z. Hope you can see now. Voila. So that's just it. So that's how I was able to create that. Then I will apply. When I apply it, then for me to make the cut inside it, then I'll press Shift with my model. So Shift with my model, then Tab to move to the edit mode. So the moment I'm inside the edit mode, I can now come down to mesh, the knife project. So when I click on this, let's see what's going to do. Hope you see that now. Then I can press X to delete that face off. So we've created a circle. So it's as simple as that. Then that's how I did for the remaining. Also, the ones we are seeing here, the same thing I did for those ones too. So the moment you understand the principle behind it, others will be coming along. Now, let's say I'm done. Let's say I'm done with this. Now, I want to try to bring in the other ones just to explain to you. So the other ones that you are looking at, they are just okay. For example, these ones that looks like a rail beside it, it's being made individually. Then I have to make use of array just to multiply it. So I need to just make one, then make use of array to multiply. So how did I end up making this? So most of the time you end up making the additional part from the original model. So now looking at this shape, I've made this shape already. So I need to just copy. So I highlight this shape out, then Shift D, copy it. Then I need to just extrude. After extruding, Then I had solidify modifier. So the solidify modifier is this. So adding the solidify modifier, I was able to make out this shape. Then just make a little adjustment, drag it to this right, drag it to this side. Then after making one of them, then just click on them, then add array. So when you add your array, so you can now increase the number of repeats, the number of which you need for the to be on the model. So it's as simple as that. So also looking at these ones, the other part of it, so let me just hide this. So the other part of it also, this is just a cylinder added to that. And how did I get to know these things? Is through the reference image. So when looking at the reference image, I can see from there that okay, this is a cylinder connected to their end part, so I can continue mine from there. So me looking at your reference from different angle, you're able to understand really what to do. So let me just show you the G. Let me move it out. Okay, is here to apply the mirror, so that's why. So let me say I apply the mirror. Let me say I apply the mirror. It's just okay. Then G. Let me bring this out for you. I hope you see now. So everything are just different parts made, circles combined with rectangles combined with different shapes, just to make sure that we get where we're going. Now look at this now. How did I model this? I need to just make this basic shape as usual. Make a circle. This is a circle. Then I need to just cut a little, then drag it down, then join them. Then the next thing, I need to just extrude it out also. Add loop cut as many as possible just to make it clean. Then in this model, I didn't make use of subdivision. I make use of smooth. Now for me to make use of smooth, that means I need to add more loop cut. So now looking at this shape, as you can see this shape, now for me to get this particular shape, I make use of cut 2. So that cut 2 is being, you can make use of shift K. So when I highlight it, you can press your shift K. You can press your shift K to get your cut. Then when the moment I cut in, then I started to adjust it to give me this shape. Then the next thing I did was just to make use of the extrude and Alt S to scale along normal. Then I was able to make that. And also looking at this one, what I did was just to make use of bevel, Ctrl R. First of all, make like Ctrl R on it this way. I mean, first of all, the loop cut, then Ctrl B. Okay, let me do that again. Sorry. Okay, let me highlight it again. Okay, Ctrl B to add a bevel. So it depends on the number of bevel that you need now. Sorry, my system is kind of slow. Okay, I think it's because the bevels are much. So you can bring it down. Just all we need from there is just to have just 3. So with you having 3, the one at the center of the 2, then you can, oh sorry, okay, the model is heavy, so it's bringing the system down really. So what I'm just trying to explain to you is this. Okay, let me just stop there. But what we really need is just to have one at the center of it. So the moment you have your one, you just click on it. Then with your Alt S, you can scale it in or out. Hope you see that now. You can either go in or out of it. Then the moment you are done doing that, the moment you are done doing that, then you can now the edges that are in, you can now bevel those edge again. So with that, you are done. So now looking at the other ones like the circle, the O's on this, I make use of the same method on of you just creating a rectangular shape, then apply your shrink wrap on it, then add a knife cut. So the same thing, it's just that this one I make this cut before I apply my solidify modifier. So you can see now that all these things are made of different parts. You just have to take your time to get to that rip point you yourself you really want. Then the moment you are satisfied with it, then you can move on with your texturing. So I believe this video helps you in understanding how you can model your any of your model sorry, I really help you to understand how to model and also go about modeling anything complicated. I believe it surely helps you. So this is just the output of everything. So the way you are looking at this thing, they are made up of different parts connected together. So the moment you understand that, you can go on in modeling anything. You just look for the best place to start with, the best area you can start with. Then voila, you are done. So thank you very much for watching this video tutorial. So I will be grateful if you can subscribe for more, and also let me know what you think about, what you feel about the tutorial. And if you really need me to move on into explaining the texturing, also let me know. I will do my best in also explaining that. So thank you very much.